Okay, I'm gonna pause the music for just a second because I don't know how well calibrated my mic is compared to the music audio, so if somebody could message me, I guess. I think there is a chat here in this YouTube stream. And then let me know how well the music sounds, voice included. And yes, maybe it was a few seconds late, but yesterday the stream was incredibly late. It was like an hour after it was intended to because I just couldn't get this YouTube streaming to work correctly. Let me know also if this is any better than using Google Hangouts. I'm going to assume it is, but I would like to know for sure what you guys see. Right now, open source or open broadcaster software is telling me that there's about 17. I could work on that. Oh my gosh. This. Sorry, I'm getting distracted now by the amount of portals created by my Viz leafs, and it is pretty disgusting. I'm actually going to turn that off because it's just too horrendous to look at. This building these little frames around, I believe, or was it even yesterday? Last time. Portal issue. I'm gonna have to re-enable a whole bunch of props that I was hiding to try to fix this stupid leak issue, which I still don't understand, but I do believe it has been fixed. And you guys are telling me that there is no music at all. Okay, interesting. I'm actually just grabbing the music from a free library online. If you guys have any suggested music that you know that you can play on YouTube, I would be happy to play some of that. I'm also using push to talk right now because my roommates are all in Skype calls of their own. Let's try to find off yesterday. I believe we had a projected texture coming through. Not everything was able to compile, so we'll see how that looks now. If any of you guys have any IceNet Studios, I looked for this Vexento. What the hell, man? I was just thought. Ooh, I need to turn down that volume. I'm assuming that volume is really high for you guys as well. Okay. Yeah, let's see. Where's that trigger? Oh, we just used a button. Yeah, that's kind of. Maybe throw it at an angle. Definitely play around with it, but we got the main part of it done, which was to make that visible. Though I don't know. Maybe we should peel back some other panels just for. Hammer is actually really simple to use. Types of things in the entire in each hammer world, and those are brushes and point entities. And each brush entity, a brush entity. That's all you really gotta know. Now let's tie this to a trigger. Walk into the room, those open up. So now we have this trigger set to on, start, touch to trigger this relay, which opens up these panels. See how that looks. Really, I should the whole library of free music. I just have it set to random, but right now I'm just randomly picking them on the browser. Also, I am interested to see how well... Oh, you know what? This map looks a lot brighter than it did before. A whole lot brighter. A whole lot better. Oh, that's nice. That's cute. We probably should have these turned off when you sequence. Here with the core outside. Yeah. And I don't know. A bit too much like the lights aren't on in here, and that the only light is coming from outside, so we're definitely back, but we do want to show a distinct amount of light coming through, and we want to make it pretty. And yeah, I'm looking at the YouTube video, and it's smooth, but then it cuts out. That's pretty bad. Let me check. Yeah, a whole lot of frames are intensive. We can live with it now. I mean, this is just so much better than before. But settings either next time or just later today to fix that. As far as its brightness. To answer your question, Back's a whole new, not just a chain of levels. We've actually, yeah, you know, that's nice right there. That's a nice shadow effect. I've actually been working on Backstock for 3.5 years. Do a restart, taking all the knowledge we had gained, and completely started the mod. You can read ModDB. You can also link it in the chat. Now let's see, what else do we want to do? We want to open up because we don't do things for fun and for randomness sake. But one thing we do need to do is detail the behind the scenes area. And I'm being Can't be heard. And that might be because it's not actually playing this second. The real question is, can it be sounds? As I walk over things, can you hear that? I was a little bit. Yeah, we'll see if that makes it time we're in. So right now I'm making a new point entity, this Gordon Freeman character, and I'm going to change it in from an info start to an actual relay, and that will be the relay that controls the events from and through the door, but walk through this archway. Naming. So now we have this wall block is going to trigger this relay, and then this relay is going to control all of the timing for what happens when in this room. We could use a scene, but this is a quick and easy dirty. Tell me, you guys, if anything needs to be louder, if it's me, the game sounds, or the occasional music that plays. And right now I'm not checking my Steam messages because that would take me way too long, but if you want to say anything, just post it in the chat box on the YouTube tube. Yes, I am using a lot of custom instances. I've made a lot for Backstock to make it easier. Some of them I've included in the B mods. Some of them are exclusively for Hammer and just would not work in the B2. We're actually using a custom. This is very close to stock, not the one we're going to use. I mean, it does have a. I mean, it is open, and it does have a walkway, BTS in between each level transition, but it's a very different elevator than what is planned to be used. can actually use Source 2 with Dota 2, and the hammer for that has been released. It's very different. I have lots of friends who do use it, but it's not something I'm ready to transition to quite yet, especially since Source 2 is nowhere near as right now. So I'm just setting those to 5 seconds to open these portals. It'll probably be longer. I'll change that later, which is one of the reasons why we should be using a scene. We can edit it all from there and won't have to recompile these maps. But for right now, we're just doing it quick and dirty. Prefabs are very useful. I do have a few to show them. I have a few for the different doorways and actually the collection of elevator entities that we use. So for instance, if I grab a doorway both, so I have metal and white, and I have one that's called both, and when I put it down, it creates the an archway that I've already created and saved, and it has almost metal. So and I use it right here. Right here we have a white archway, but on the other side it's going to be where the elevator will be. And I'm using a doorway metal and doorway metal. So let's think about what we're going to add out here. This is the tube where the cube drops. That's just a model that I'm going to be using later, and we can do whatever we want to do. We can extend it out, we can drag it around, but really we need decorations here. You can see I've already set up a little bit of the framework in Backstock. We intend to show most of the actual frames in the BTS. As you can see here, these will stretch out a little bit farther. We might use sky, or the 3D. Maybe we'll obstruct the view with something else there. The details in the decoration come, the heavy ones. The things we can put out here are cubes and tubes, and there's two different ways we can do that. We can use we have an instance in Backstock, whole tube set with cubes going through it, which are just models and they're animating through the tubes. But also we can do custom tube sets, and then we can use points and tracks. And I have an instance of cubes that then attaches itself to, you give it the starting point, and then they continue to ride down through on these paths. Actually, there is a on, I think I've ever even uploaded there, and I use that. That one's actually an old Backstock map. It's the guy who made Rexura, that was Mevius. His real name is Bryant at Amazon. He made he made Rexura items for the B2, which was good, which is alpha, but TeamSpend 210 is working on it right now, which is good. It will oh, sorry, got distracted. The new version that TeamSpend is working on, I would say with the work, is going to be really good. I think anyone who uses the B or the B2 will be very pleased with the newest version. So right now, and set them up, set up pillars and stuff, because comment about it. Yes, we do really like to make the BTS areas make sense architecturally. Expensive, however, whoops, using tracks. However, it's at least in my experience, it's really tough to find a modeler make all the animations you want to put cubes through tubes. So it's the easiest way for a mapper to do it. Okay, back to business. So we set those timings to something different. I forget, but I think we do want to scale. Where did it go? Brightness a little bit more as well. I think I'll also add some lights in here just because the room seems very dark when this thing. It seems my mic is cutting off sometimes. Be cutting off when I'm actually talking. That would be a problem. Otherwise, I do let go of it every now and again. One of my favorite things to do is to actually bring cubes and tubes right by. It always looks really fun. You can loop them around, but it's a little difficult and kind of doesn't make sense, although it is really fun. And I don't want to be too this elevator is because we will be changing the elevator instance later. Although I know that this pathway is, but really what's going to happen is probably going to break down the, and it's going to be a tube coming straight down through the BTS. But that's definitely something we got to keep making the BTS. You know, I'm not really sure what I should do about this. I don't know if I should have these that, which would mean that I can't, then I can't have the intersection points line up right. I think I'm just going to leave it like this. No one's even going to notice. And it's not like it's particularly bad design. Some people will notice, but yeah, I'm just not sure. Also, now that actually, no, because it actually I don't know if those should even be there. They look really. These should really be here because these if these chambers are sliding in, this seems like a permanent fixture, which is supporting it in the real world. I don't know how that's supposed to work out. I don't know how aperture is supposed to work out. You'll notice how we do keep this gap, this little separation here. That is on purpose. There's any place. Yeah, I will be using lots of beams and trusses. And not just that, I mean, we're going to surround this area with some pretty high detail stuff, but then we're going to also throw just some huge slabs. The BTS is a really cluttered area. We definitely want to make room for this to fit. Yeah. I also really like spacing to line up, although I know it doesn't need to. I usually do. Yes, aperture does do things in the most inefficient way. You know what I probably should do is have the chat show up in like the corner of a screen. I'm going to set that up right now actually. Although that's only going to work as long as I don't change the tab on my other window. Oh, it's not worth it right now. I'll do it some other time. I wonder if the chat gets saved. I hadn't thought about that. This music makes me feel like there's, I don't know, gonna be a vampire or something. Ooh. I don't know if it really matters, but I do want these to line up right. Again, probably something that nobody will notice, but I will notice. Act Zero Master will notice. You can use it up. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to fit this, which is going to change my texture scales, but then I'm going to set the other one back, because otherwise you get this. So the one that's really big is obviously the wrong one, and this one is set to 0.13, which is half of 0.25, except that it's rounded. And if you set it to 0.13, it actually won't work right. But if you set it to it will still be 0.125 in the back. So I'm going to set this back to 0.25, apply it, and then align it to the side. Oh, Zero Master. That's actually how I've always heard your name in my head, but I wasn't sure. Now I am. Actually, here, let me give you an example of what this looks like at what looks like 0.13, but now if I change it to actually 0.13, yeah, you probably can't even tell. I can tell. I will tell. Boy. Okay. I'm hoping that comment was a joke, but I don't even know how to convert else. Oh, that's funny. If your hammer is like literally an autosave problem, like literally an autosave problem. Oh my gosh, I didn't have these lined up to begin with. Shoot. Gonna have to be mindful of where we want to put the elevator later. Delete this truss or this support or whatever you got. Oh, what the heck? Why is that not lined up? Oh shoot. Right now I've actually created a group of all of these but since I have it selected or set to select objects, I can select individual objects of a grouping. You guys, speaking of hammer crashes, I found one that works very fairly consistently, although I'm sure as soon as I say that, it's not going to work. Well, actually, let's try it. Might as well. I need to have access to the void, so that's why I click that. Now I'm going to select a brush, put myself inside it. Oh, void, I guess I didn't have to do that, but whatever. And then if I click outside, yep, there goes hammer. I click in the void when I'm in responding. Yep, crashed. Download the autosave. I think you have to have the selection tool on, or though I'm not exactly sure what you call it, but when I click things and press X, I toggle on the ability to edit them in 3D mode. I think you have to have that on. Back to making the BTS. Yeah, somebody link that moment in my stream. Send it to Valvo, please fix. I actually use the 3D grid a lot, especially when I'm designing the inside of a map. Right now I'm using the 2D, obviously, just because I'm working on a really large scale. But inside a map, I almost exclusively use the 3D editor. I mean, usually I go full screen with it. It's really nice because, I mean, you're in here and you wanna resize a brush. It's this easy. Just really good for in-room editing and tweaking and stuff. I don't know if I can actually make this room larger because last time I was streaming, which was yesterday or the day before, the room is so large that it had a portal issue. I mean optimization portals, those kind, fizzleafs. But yeah. But now all of those problems have been fixed. Yay. Well, there goes. Right now I think I'm gonna quick run the map just to see what it looks like. And while it's this gives me a chance to pick more music. 5 hack. M5 hack. M5 hack. Oh, Beethoven. 7 minutes, and during which I don't have to pick more music. Dropping, I suppose. I should be actually watching. Well, this is cute. I think I'm gonna brighten it up a bit, but I think I want bright BTS for this map. Also, that is just not showing up at all. It could be the Farzi. Oh yeah, watching it in game is just atrocious. I wonder if if this stream is getting recorded to my disc. Well, this is wrong. So we should be starting with bright BTS. Oh yeah, boom, there we go. So you start with bright BTS. Nice and lovely and energetic, and I don't know, there's so many possibilities. Sorry, back. But when you walk through here, we change to a test chamber atmosphere, which is a little bit darker. So if I no clip outside, you'll see it's much darker. Although I do have it set up that if I walk back down here, you will see it transition back to light. Okay, well now I'm stuck outside. That's better, but I think we'll even have to up it a bit more. I did drag it away. It actually might be the Farzi off distance, or one of those things needs to be set. And man, this material does not like to be full compiled. I think what we'll do, yeah, probably decrease the size back here and pull this out on each side a little bit more. Yeah, but how much? Actually, I shouldn't make that decision quite yet. Oh, you could play Portal 2 music for free on here. I didn't think about that.
Man, and some people really struggle.
Also Black Mesa soundtrack would be good. Slap a giant brick right there. Actually, might push that right up to here. Maybe not so close, I'm not sure. I'm actually gonna pull up right now. There we go. Wall sections are so detailed, it's ridiculous. Should I even be using it there? I'm not sure. You know, this could be a good chance to go through some Portal 2 BTS maps and just, let's see. Let's just pick some random A4 map. You would. There she is. Alright. Can oblige.
Have a brainwave. I'm going to tape you solving these 10 at once. Get a more sort of concentrated burst of science. Oh, on a related note, I am going to need you to solve these 10 times as fast. Anyway, would you before you solve this one, alright? I don't want to spoil the ending for when I watch it later.
That's one of the things you got to remember is that there sometimes are modules that aren't on Rails because they're sort of like in storage, I guess, or they didn't bother to put the Rails there. Sure.
Okay, so I think this will still work. So our
BTS is very vast.
And then we should probably have a.
You only have certain portions. We really should make a much less detailed version of the same sort of section.
What the fuck did you? Oh my god.
But you can see that they've pasted those
Just
in a
case
lot
they
of different
wanna
places. I mean,
like try
you
to
know,
say, read
there's
it,
one,
but for some reason we keep
there's a bunch. Some of these have their models removed.
same because in the drawing.
Structurally speaking, Valve's maps are,
This is I think is a little bit more.
I mean, not exactly realistic, but it is a video game, and most of it is just for aesthetic.
She's
Okay, to answer some questions. Two beta tools or whatever, trying opening Hammer Editor brings up an annoying black window.
Well, I think
And
this is, I don't know. I think
Uh,
it should be
I would recommend
something different.
verifying your Portal 2 cache, making sure you've played at
Yeah,
least
okay,
one
in
map
that case.
in Portal 2. Just kind of assume that you have, but on that computer specifically, and validate the editor tools cache. Then try to launch it. If that doesn't work, try bin folder, the exe itself, and Paco Master standpoint cut to 45-degree angles. Well, I'm not super big into optimization. I mean, to a point, I do it, to where you need it. I specifically cut those edges off because I wanted to fit these two pieces together. I do cut most walls on a 45. Did I just see? I fixed this earlier. I fixed this like 4 times now. But here's an example of where I cut the line up for some reason. Things just fit better usually when you cut things, on 45-degree angles. Either 45-degree angles or, just butt sides like.
Why do we have...
Man, I'm having trouble finding actually even an example of where I cut the corners. Probably on these outside bricks. Yeah, okay, there. This map is awful as far as optimization goes. It'll take longer to compile because of all these stupid visleafs inside, but they are all sealed off performance once you're playing. And I'm gonna check out this image that you've linked me. Well, Isonet Studios, you can check your video saves in the Portal 2 folder, and you can perhaps it's trying to set it to something that's not a valid value. I'm not exactly sure. Once you open Portal 2, change your video settings to something, then save them again. Now still is happening. Swapping your GPU might have something to do with that. A fantastic trick that I actually learned from Top Hat Waffle one day. I noticed whenever he would edit, he would clip corners most of the time, and whenever he would edit the size of one, I wanted to expand this wall, but I don't want to stretch, this cut corner over here. What he would do, select the brush, open it up in the vertex, and you would use the select tool to select the arrow keys to move them across the screen.
Oh my god, come on.
Just like that.
The rest is just this.
And when you do that, it doesn't stretch the other side. That's probably the most important part of that.
Yeah, let's do it. lighting is.
Isonet Studios, check the settings saved in your Portal 2 folder. Actually, I could try navigating to mine, see what mine are set at right now.
Yeah.
The problem is I don't exactly remember where they are. I don't remember. Okay. Have you tried reinstalling your Portal 2? Camera is moving by itself right now. I can't stop it. I'm not doing this.
Correct.
I'm just gonna have to exit Hammer. This is weird. Incredibly strange error, your sir.
These project came.
Alt tab to what? What do you want to see? Oh, I gotcha. You know what I bet would make. The chat isn't laggy, it is laggy, so you're not seeing the video of me for like 10, 15 minutes.
Okay, so this is actually the bar car. Really?
Don't worry, man. I'm all in five, so don't worry.
Making a Steam group would be a pretty good idea. That would be easy to this video. Oh, I don't think I've showed you guys the solution to the puzzle, which is a spoiler if you don't want to know. But it's a pretty fun one. One of our mappers, Amit, created the original concept and then detailed it. It's pretty good for one of the ones we're trying to finish right now. We are using dev textures currently for a lot of stuff. Oh, you know what I didn't even think about is that you guys probably can't even watch the solution because I am in game. Oh well. There are like 10-ish, 12, 13, 14 people. But the problem with a team is the more people you have, the less people do. No. The team has been working fairly hard for many years, and we have gotten burnt out over many years, but we have created a ton of content. I mean, before we restarted a few months ago, we had over 50 maps, but we really needed to rescope the project and make some serious design differences in the compared to what we originally had intended to do. And the game is going to be so much better now. I mean, the story is just fantastic compared to what it was before. So, yeah. Really, the longest 8? I know that one of the did actually make some really long vac tube models. I'm gonna have to find those again. Those are in our old build. Abyss. I've definitely seen that. That's a Portal 2 mod, right?
Actually, no.
Mod DB.
Give me this.
Ugh, I'm so bad at making vac tube areas.
Hey.
I like to usually grab some of my old project work and, I don't know, copy paste it, twist it around a little bit. But this one I wanted to kind of write along here because I don't want it to go in here. Even though I think that would be really neat looking, I don't think it would make these things move because then it would. So going right over top would work. Also, why do I keep spawning? Oh, it's because my spawn point is right here. For it. Yeah, modeling is definitely useful. I'm unfortunately not a modeler. And oh my goodness, I don't know what this deal is here, man. I don't think it likes my shape. Yeah, you can chat, although YouTube doesn't let you. As long as it's not spam. I need to fix this. Shoot. I'll just delete it. It's such a weird brush anyway.
What was the issue?
Yeah.
Actually, that's
Yeah, like I was saying, yeah, putting a link to your mod, yeah, that's totally cool. It's you gotta publicize somehow. It probably has something to do with this weird looking thing. Well, maybe it's not. You know, in concave. Although I thought those still saved. They just didn't work right. Oh, right here could really be a problem. You know, one thing we definitely need is to put a rail out here for the core. Remember what the rail that they used was. I'll probably actually call it pretty soon. Put that list, and I will make sure to salvage some of my old maps pieces to grab some of that before we start the next video. Yeah, that's what we'll do. We will add the core line, do some triggers to have them start in there. Maybe record some temp audio for it, and then also get in tube. Then we'll set up more of this structure, flesh out the BTS a bit, add the little details, add the silhouettes. Yeah, that should be good. And then I don't know if I want to do it before or after the lighting. I'm just not really a lighting guy. Add some block up here for fun. Also, we need and making sure that this now doesn't disappear. Although the stream might be a little bit lag at times, it is a heck of a lot better than last time. Also, I'm just now previewing the stream and seeing how really far back. As of right now, I am just. I don't know if I think yeah. Okay, I'm just finishing fixing the block, the one on the other side that is deleted. I don't know minutes. Oh, I wish I had the time on in the bottom corner, but I don't like to show my toolbar. I'll have to check out that later. The lag, I guess, just sometimes gets worse. Don't I put something down here for some fun detail? In fact, I might put a huge block down there. I just copy this one. Yeah, I think I will take your advice and just do a like some questions that people might want answered. I think I'm gonna do this. If it looks decent enough, if that projected texture is where I want it, I think I'll just.
Uh,
Oh, nope. I now understand. So far behind. Sir was set like 10 minutes back or something. Oh, that's now. Oh yeah, the stream is very live. No, I mean not exactly. Really close.
there we go. Yeah. I have a light. Oh, light stamina on that as well.
Yeah, that looks really good. I mean, there's absolutely no lighting out here except on these panels and then that projected texture, but that looks really good. We'll have to add some there, but that's all detailed. This section, yeah, I mean, for the minimal amount of effort that has been put in, looks good so far. This projected texture, yeah, it turned out a lot better than it has been looking. We'll probably tweak that a lot more. I mean, I might use different animations later as well. But yeah, so far this is this. Now it's set to test chamber style. You know, I wonder how this would look if we kept the normal BTS atmosphere when we were even inside. We might have to try.
So we still gotta fix this.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna want some cubes going by in 2. Might have that extend a little bit farther. Just kind of like detail exactly what you can see from outside or from right here. Let's have that stop right there. Just make it easier on myself.
So this entire thing.
Okay. That Black Mesa. I'm gonna play one of the guys who's doing music for Backstock songs to play. I don't believe this song is actually for Backstock. Well, I know it's not. He made it. Go. But I know free publicity. Yeah, and that is it. I'm gonna
So there's this project.
get some rest, some work on some other projects, but not be streaming. So I hope that everyone questions answered. If not, I'll get to those later. Yeah, and thank you guys for watching. Good night.